Post family, what's good? Y'all already know who it is. Today's video, we got a lot in store. So we got two things that we're going to be going over that got released today. One from Izotope, which is called Equinox, which is a cool, really advanced reverb. And of course, another scene from Native Instruments called Nightshade. You guys keep it locked. Stay tuned. So if you guys are familiar with any of the scene things that Native Instrument has, they're really cool, very unique sounding. They're not a play series, but they're called scenes. So if you look at it in that sense, it's more of those type of instruments that are catered towards that actual theme, right? So this is a scene called Nightshade, and it really digs into like the horror, eerie sounds, really like, you know, scary, cinematic sound. So it's really cool, some of the presets. So we're gonna first just dig through some of the actual sounds and presets. I did make a beat to it, so we're gonna check that out. But first, let's go ahead and check out this GUI. So as you see right here, here's Nightshade. Of course, it has the A and B side selections. So anytime you want to go switch, change anything, you could change it on your S series, which is really dope. So when you look at the, I'll say left and right sides, the A and B, if you wanted to variate any of those sounds, you can just hit this and it would change that like this. Or if you want to go and then just change any of the sounds, you can do it manually like this. This right here in the middle, right? So let's say, for instance, you want to just change a whole different sound from the actual preset that you will pick on the left-hand side. The randomization button is really cool because it just randomizes the micros, the effects, and the actual layer sounds at the same time. So let's say, for instance, this is a whole totally different sound from any of the presets because it's random. Of course, like I said, if you wanted to just check any of this is the A and B side. At the bottom of these right here are the volume levels of those. And let's say, for instance, this is the X and Y axis. So you can control the X and Y pad on your actual series, your S series. And let's say, for instance, I'll just hit a key now and show you guys live. At the bottom right here, you have the macros, right? So you have the attack, release, motion, your mask, and your tape. If you wanted to change any of the motion wave tables, you can do it right here. On the right-hand side, you have the different effects that you can choose. So let's say, for instance, you want to click into it. You have two different effect sides that you can layer together. And of course, you can just go through category, different types, and different effect presets that would match, you know, what it is that you want to specify within those. And it's really fun to play with because it just gives you the option to be random, right? So that's one thing I like about Scene. Scene doesn't give you the ability to just be stuck within one area. It gives you the option to just play around with it, right? Let's go ahead and just check out a few of the presets, and then you guys can get a gist of pretty much how Nightshade sounds. So let's check out some of the presets. Now, before we go and check out Izotope's Equinox, which is the reverb that is associated with today's release, I also want you guys to hear this beat. Now, because it's not eerie and because I love anime, I love Naruto, right? So I went ahead and pretend like I made a, I'll say like a short little TV intro, right? Let me know what you guys think. It's different, all right? Let's check out the beat.
Those aren't just illusions, they're solid clones. He's mastered an extremely advanced jutsu.
If you're not coming, then we're gonna come after you.
did use the sounds of Nightshade, and the preset that I did use was called Siren, and I took an additional track to it and filtered it out. So basically what I did was I went and used the shaper box and Equinox on the main preset of Siren, right? So basically I wanted to just shape the sound, and I wanted the reverb to be something that would stand out. So just like a regular like plate, nothing too fancy, nothing too big. And here's the GUI, right? So basically on the left hand side you have the color palette, and you can choose which one you want. So you can have a natural plate, a natural chamber, different color plates and different chambers, color halls and things like that. You have the time in which you can change how much of that you want for it. You can actually freeze it. You can go here and go by note or ratio, the size of the actual output of it, and the actual pre-delay, where you go and then actually add more of the command for either muddiness on the reverb, or if you want less or more of it. Here you can change the tone. You have an early gain, reverb gain, the total overall mix that you want for it. On the middle part here, this is the attack, and you can actually change how much of that attack with an LP filter, diffusion. You can either add envelope time to it. You can go and then link that to this attack, or you can just add a diffuser to that. Underneath it, you have how much early of that attack you want. So if you want it to be smooth, or you want to change the exterior, add different density to it. If you want to add a surround to it, make it even mono. You can go left to back, right to back. It's really, really intuitive. This on the right hand side is where you want to add a tail to the actual reverb of it, so you can add how much balance you want, how much width, the dampening sound of that tail. And if you want to add a delay to it, of course you can go here and do a note and ratio as well. Add more suppression, recovery to it. You can suppress it early so that the recovery time bounces off, and then it adds this extra level of placement for the actual sensor inside of it. You can add a different crossover to it. Right here is where you change and do different frequencies for each one of those waveforms that you have. You can add a reverb filter, either early or just a regular input filter. You can add more drive to it, change the warmth, either add a crush to it. You can change the compression. You can add gate. Like, this thing is just crazy as far as how much control you have just inside of this reverb, right? Now, I want you guys to see the difference though of what I was talking about as far as reverb when it came to the actual sound. Now, the sound itself sounded like this. And then I went added compression to it with a shaper box. And then once I did that, I went and put Equinox on, and then this is how it sounds all together. So as you can see, very, very fun to use. There are some things in which you can do a lot with this one. I will be probably using this one a little bit more just to see and press the envelope with it, because it has so much that is into it. But it's very fun. It's fun to use. I got to give it to it. Equinox is something fun to use. So again, hopefully you guys like these two that came out today. And if you guys want to crop any of these, please make sure that you drop down to the link in the description. Support the boy, support the channel. Greatly appreciate it.
At no cost to you.
But hopefully this helps to, navigate anything that you guys had any questions about. And again, always fun to find new things, right? Another one done, another one in the books. You guys already know who it is. It is your boy Thesis. Peace.